weekly breakdown. Woo! We're 123.
Post E3.
Yeah. E3 2017 is over.
Yeah,
Post LeBron losing in the finals.
Yeah.
For
Again.
the 5th time.
Yep.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Is he gonna retire?
Sad.
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah, let's talk about if his legacy is.
Yeah.
What happened in his legacy.
Yeah. That makes me sad.
Yeah.
I really was hoping he would come back, but
He's going to be to the finals like probably 10 straight years. That's going to be insane.
he's been there 7 so far. So
3 more.
I mean, I don't see any team beating the Cavs anytime soon.
No,
Not in the East anyway, but
No, yeah,
Golden
not
State
East.
probably will.
Yeah. Rubbing
I
the
heard
big old dicks
Chris
everywhere.
Paul might be going to the Spurs.
Mm,
So that's going to be something.
yeah. I heard LeBron's going to the Lakers
Yeah, that's going to happen.
because it's just a great
He's
team.
going to
go
leave
to.
Kyrie and Kevin Love,
Yeah.
JR, Kyle Korver's
Dale
white
Jr..
ass. What?
Dale Jr.
Dale Jr.
It's like, okay, now you're just throwing something out there.
Dale Jr.'s leaving NASCAR to come play on the Cavs.
He's just gonna drive down, like he's just gonna drive his car from like
Yeah.
just put it in reverse. And,
He's,
like,
he's just
drive
gonna
back
he's
and
just
forth.
gonna hit people, so that way they have to
Gives-
they have to substitute in the worst player.
He's gonna foul out.
Gives a whole new
Well,
meaning.
no, that'd be
to,
Tony Stewart. He would hit people.
gives a whole new meaning to drive the lane.
The main reason I thought of that is because they brought back that Diet Mountain Dew commercial, the stupid one about duck hunting with the dude. He's got like a duck call and like
The Dale call.
the Dale call and
Oh,
yeah.
I saw 2 Mountain Dew brought back that, what was it, baby puppy monkey?
Monkey Puppy
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet. I didn't know they brought that one back. I just
Such
see
a weird commercial.
I just see the Dale Earnhardt one all the time. I'm like this is from like 10 years ago.
On the subject of Mountain Dew, Dew SA is delicious.
It is.
I was skeptical at first, but
Fantastic.
it tastes like freedom.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mountain Dew, Mount and Blade, Bannerlord looks pretty good. That's a game.
Okay.
There we go.
That was a masterfully crafted
I
segment.
know, right?
Yeah.
They went
Shake-
nowhere, but that's
Shakespeare couldn't have crafted anything better than that, or Mark Twain. That's the here. Let's stick with Americans.
Here's a bitch
Yeah.
ass.
America. What about Poe?
Mark Twain was a bitch ass. I can
You heard
say
it here
that.
first.
Yeah. Don't
Alright.
sue me. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He's a bitch ass.
Fake news.
Yo,
Yeah.
last thing. Do you hear that Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight's happening?
It's happening. He's gonna get fined
crazy.
big time if he throws a kick. So
I
I
know.
heard. I'm like, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but still, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that's not gonna end well.
Yeah.
Damn it! They should do like a 3-piece. One boxing, one MMA, just so that they both can can stroke their
What will be
egos
the
a little
third
bit.
piece?
Chess. I don't know. I don't know how you break a tiebreaker.
I don't know if either one of them are winning that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, when you get punched in the
Yeah,
head like
like-
85th millionth time.
You know, they're both gonna win with that money.
they're both
Yeah.
they're both gonna make bank.
so much fucking.
I mean,
money.
Mayweather doesn't need any more fucking money, but he's got to pay child support and all that shit.
I mean, I would not like. It would
Pay
bring
off
me a
his
little bit. It
lawsuits
would
for
bring
when
me
he
a
hits
little.
another woman.
It would.
Did he do that?
Multiple times.
Oh, I didn't
He's
know.
got multiple domestic abuse
It would.
charges.
It would. I mean, it's not going to happen just because it's his element, and no offense, I don't think it will. Nothing would bring me more joy than seeing Mayweather, get
Fall.
knocked off his
Yeah,
high
yeah.
horse.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to see Mayweather get
Because
knocked the fuck
he's
out.
got the skill, but he's the most cocky sumbitch ever.
And I would love to see Conor McGregor.
I mean-
to do it, but
If I was Floyd Mayweather, I'd be cocky too. If
I mean,
if
I'm not gonna say I would-
50-0 or
Yeah,
some shit.
if I've never been knocked out and never lost, I'd be like that too.
true. But he also backed out of a lot of fights to get that 50-0.
Yeah. But he did beat Manny Pacquiao.
That's
5 years
that's
too
like,
late.
That's true. Yeah.
That whole fight was 5 years too late. And
That
that's a
is
whole
true.
another video.
That's true. Yeah. What we'll talk about is another video. We're going to be putting a nice bow on E3 2017. We're going to share the 10 best games of E3, the definitive list. That's it.
this is the only one that matters.
Yeah.
Fuck what you heard.
First, I just
Wait,
want
That's what
to.
Gerald.
you're hearing.
Listen.
That's what
First-
you hear.
I just want to go
I
over
know that joke.
Nintendo's stuff because we didn't get to to talk about it. What they had at their Nintendo Spotlight, which was like 25 minutes long.
Wide.
Yeah.
25 minutes wide.
Rocket League's coming to Nintendo Switch this holiday with Nintendo items.
I might be
Which is
buying
pretty
Rocket
cool.
League again.
And has cross-network play with like Xbox and PC.
And
Pretty cool.
Nope.
not no Tony?
No.
Nope.
Nope. So,
No
Sony's
Sony.
not a fan of sharing with consoles, man.
Nope, Sony's being a hard ass, but that's a fucking great game again.
In all honesty, like the best place to play Rocket League is probably PC because you can play with everybody, literally.
Yeah.
That's another game I would get if I got an Xbox. I would get Skyrim because you actually have access to real mods.
No, not those
For
fake
the time
mods.
being,
Not
until
those.
you have to pay for them.
Not those fake mods. On
Yeah.
PC. I don't think. I think it'll. I don't think like they'll automatically.
It doesn't matter
what I
you
think. It does. Yeah. But I don't think they'll go back and be like, hey, all the stuff that's already on there, you have to pay for that now.
Yeah.
I think it'll just be like big, stupid mods that people
Like
like.
really big mods. Yeah.
They're gonna instead of just changing Dragons to Thomas the Tank Engine, it's gonna be everybody's Thomas the Tank Engine.
Does
The game can't handle
the
that.
Xbox One X have the power to do that?
Doesn't have the flops.
We need to put it to the test. How many
it's-
Thomases can you fit in Skyrim?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got a trailer. It's still supposed to be coming out this year. I mean, looks alright. JRPG. It's a thing. It's another game that's big on the Switch that you can sink your teeth into. Kirby. There's a Kirby game coming out next year. It's a 4-player co-op. Looks kind of fun to me.
Shout out to Reggie.
Yeah. A core Pokemon game is in development for the Switch.
It's going to be called Pokemon Core. And it's
Yeah.
going to be like
Oh,
Pokemon
it's-
Crust or something.
There's gonna be
It's
some
gonna be Earth-based.
breakdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
it's gonna be breakdowns.
They
Pokemon Core.
They should bring another what is it? Have they done Mother 3? They have. They should bring another like.
No, they haven't done Mother 3.
They need to. They should do that for the
This
Switch.
isn't about
Just throwing it out
Earthbound.
there.
It's about Pokemon Core.
But you'd said Earthbound or something like
Yeah.
that. And I'm like, yeah, they should do that.
With Pokemon though, it's bizarre how they did this. Like it's good that they got out there and said we're making a Pokemon game for the Switch because that's what everybody wants. They should have said this in that Pokemon Direct because everybody was just fucking furious after that.
Yeah.
That they should have just started off before they announced Ultra Sun and Moon and said we're developing a Pokemon game for the Switch.
I think you say it after you say that because then when you say that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon aren't coming to the Switch, then people would be like, the fuck? Like you
Yeah.
say that afterwards. Like okay, don't worry, next gen it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming to the Switch.
Yeah. So they said it's still probably a long ways off, but it'll be a thing.
I mean,
So-
also, I think fundamentally the infrastructure of, even though the Switch is essentially a handheld, like of consoles and handhelds are inherently different. So it's probably not gonna be like they're not gonna crank them out yearly like they have been. It's probably gonna be a little while.
I wonder if they're going to do anything worthwhile with it.
Yeah.
Like what they did with Zelda, changing it up and adding a lot to it. I wonder if they're going to do anything that's like worth it,
I
or
wonder
if they're
if
just going to put a game.
I wonder if it'll be that black and white to X and Y leap. You know, like that was a pretty big change for Pokemon. So I wonder if they'll get into that.
It was one of those things that's never going to happen. But and in some ways, a lot of people wouldn't want it to go away because it's how Pokemon's been for a long time. But they get rid of the whole you walk into wild grass and then magically you get into another thing. It's like, oh, maybe you're walking through the grass, but then a Pokemon actually real pops out. It's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? No more loading screens would be
cool.
Would be a completely just open world Pokemon game. Because Pokemon is open world, but then usually you got to go through like all kinds
It's
of
a
shit.
linear open world.
Yeah.
But yeah, open world would be cool.
Do something, yeah, like especially with having 2 sticks on the Switch.
Yeah.
You can have a camera control. Open up your pathways a little bit.
Yeah, and I went back and looked at the DS and the 3DS when the 3DS launched. 3DS launched February 2011. Game Freak put Pokemon Black and White 2 out June 2012, only on the DS. They wait until there's an install base they're doing the same thing with the Switch. That's why Ultra Sun and Moon's only coming to 3DS. They're waiting until there's way more Switches out there
I mean, they gotta
buy.
I was gonna say they gotta put more of them out there.
It
first.
totally makes sense though.
Yeah,
Like,
and then they'll be out there. I mean, the Switch is absolutely out going to sell the Wii U probably pretty damn quickly.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Apparently,
there's actual excitement. The games look fucking great.
I mean, apparently, at least
So-
right now, some of the reports I've heard is that it's outpacing the Wii at that time when the Wii had first come out. And now, if it can keep that up, because I mean, the Wii it was like had that people who aren't gamers buying into it thing too. I see a hard point for the Switch to get that.
Well,
Yes,
I
exactly.
mean, people I know
I
who
had to
don't
mind
normally buy gaming things want a Switch. Or anyone that I know that has played a Switch says, I want one, I'm going to get one.
Adrian Peterson.
Then
No.
I
His
don't
kid
have
got
any
the
joke.
Switch.
I'm just throwing
His
his name
kid
out
got
there.
the Switch.
Yeah, he got his kid the Switch. Oh,
Then-
shit.
then
Hey son, I got you a Switch.
son runs away.
Yeah.
Hides under the bed.
The only kid who does not want
Yeah.
to Switch. God damn it.
It
I'm
wouldn't be a
sorry.
breakdown if this didn't take a dark turn.
It wouldn't be a
I
conversation
feel like I
about
have
the
to mention
Switch.
Adrian Peterson
I-
and Ray Rice like once per episode.
Every time the Switch is brought up, I feel like that should
Yeah.
just be a thing.
Yeah. Cause I mean,
AP.
the dude beat his kid across the ass with a fucking tree branch.
Small tree branch. Skinny tree branch.
Who's the bad guy here? Me, like, or him beating his kid? I don't know. I'm not the bad guy.
You're the bad guy.
I wasn't the guy that molested those kids at Penn State. I made a joke about that last week. I didn't beat kids. I'm not doing that.
Didn't
stuff,
punch your
man.
girlfriend in an
No,
elevator.
I never
Yeah.
did any of that. I'm an upstanding citizen.
Anyways,
I
then
don't play a professional sport.
Nintendo then announced Metroid Prime 4. It's in development. Switch. Brand new team. Now Retro working on this.
Which was weird to see.
Which maybe could be a good thing.
A good thing.
But apparently, someone that worked on the Metroid games and worked on some other pretty good games, Paper Mario Color Splash, and something else is leading the team. But I didn't expect that.
Metroid is the games with Sheamus or whatever.
Samus.
Samus,
Samus.
okay. Sheamus is a wrestler. Never mind.
I'm picturing that now instead of
That was-
instead of
my
the
God.
cannon blast, he's just like bro kicking everybody.
Yeah, it's
Wonderful.
pretty big announcement though. With both that and Pokemon back to back, it's like they just kind of threw out there things that everybody always bitches about and says we're doing those things. Stop talking. Shut the fuck up.
That's like this is like that should be Nintendo's tagline for 2017. Nintendo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because you look at those announcements and like people can stop complaining about that, and they put out a pretty solid console to start with. People can stop complaining about that. Fucking Zelda is probably going to clean up at Game of the Year awards, and everyone's going to
absolutely
complain
will.
about that.
Absolutely will.
But Nintendo's just whipping their fucking dick around right now. It's great.
Nintendo. It took us a really long time, but we're finally doing it.
Yeah.
We
they,
took the blue pill.
Stop asking.
They showed off a new Yoshi game, which looked like Woolly World, but had some really interesting, creative-looking stuff. Like you could flip the levels and all kinds of goofy shit was going on. Looked fun to me. Fire Emblem Warriors got a trailer that's still coming out
Does
this
that
year.
game want to have any kind of online connectivity?
It's co-op.
Hmm.
I know. I don't know if you can play like online.
Is
Co-op.
there no cyberbullying?
Jesus Christ! You really
I
forced
didn't-
that.
I
in
didn't.
there.
Yeah, that was.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Remember that picture I sent earlier?
Not like
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, though.
Dude, that jury is still in deliberation.
Yeah, man. That guy.
Yeah. They talked about the Breath of the Wild DLC. So the first one comes out. It's called the Master Trials. Comes out June 30th. New armor, new all kinds of stuff. A master mode, which
Trials of the
makes the
Sword, I
game
thought?
New swords
really
that
hard.
break.
There's a Trial of the Sword mode, which looked really fun. There's a Hero's Path mode, which literally tracks every footstep you've taken for.
I saw like a
200
picture
hours,
of the map. Yeah,
which is crazy.
dude,
Wow,
my
that's pretty cool.
path would be all over.
Isn't
the place.
isn't this the DLC where they're doing the thing like, oh yeah, you can do a thing and your Master Sword won't break anymore?
That's
or is
the
that the
Trials
next
of the
one?
Sword.
Yeah, I think it is the Trials of the Sword.
Okay.
The Master Sword doesn't break; just it has to be recharged.
Yes, yeah, that's what I heard, and that people were like, "Stop that!" And they're like, "Okay,
Yeah.
fine, keep buying this, please. We'll do whatever you want. Just keep buying this game."
Yeah, I mean, it looked fun. Then the other one's called The Champion's Ballad, which showed all of the major characters from Breath of the Wild except Link in it. I still don't know what you're doing in it,
Maybe
but
he
it could be
dies.
interesting.
You get to play.
She goes back to sleep.
Sheik.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just
maybe.
throwing that
Or
out
the-
there. I'm just throwing
Maybe
it
you
out
do
there.
something as each of the races, and they all have different.
Yeah,
Who knows?
maybe Link says, "Fuck this shit. I'm going back to bed. I'm tired."
God damn it! I just beat Ganon. I'm going
Again.
back to sleep.
I just beat Ganon again. I'm going back to sleep.
Fuck you guys. You guys can't handle this place 5 minutes
Maybe
without me.
maybe he has to leave and be in the next Smash Bros. game.
Maybe. Holiday on that one.
He's got somewhere else to be. I'm
Um,
surprised they didn't say anything about Animal Crossing.
yeah,
That's
you gotta imagine it's coming.
Yeah.
But and Smash Brothers as well. They didn't
Yeah.
do Smash Brothers.
No
but
Smash, no.
gotta imagine that one's coming.
Nintendo won't let us
being
Smash.
Nintendo still, I feel like that's the thing they're just gonna announce on like a random Tuesday or something.
Yeah, they're just gonna keep dripping shit out.
Yeah.
Like
I mean-
they gave you enough to look forward to, but you know, in a direct in 3 months they're going to announce something probably pretty big, and
Yeah.
you know,
I feel like
that's just how they do it.
Nintendo's whole policy with E3, which I mean is great. It's like, here's these things that like people aren't necessarily looking for, and we're gonna put out. I mean, I know that like Kirby and like probably the Yoshi
Yeah.
games have like a have a good following, but it's like, here we're gonna do this, and it's like because everybody already watches E3. We already have games that people are just gonna look for. Here, we'll use this time to show off the smaller games. Now, that's the word, the smaller games.
Yeah, and also the way Nintendo's setting the Switch up right now, which I think is smart for them, they're setting it up to where you're basically getting some type of big Nintendo game literally every month. You have ARMS, which came out today.
Mm-hmm.
Next month is Splatoon 2. August is Mario and Rabbids. September, I mean, it might not be a big game, but Pokken Tournament. October, Super Mario Odyssey. It just keeps on going, man.
Yeah,
But it's smart.
which is smart because that was the one thing was
Because
that
there was
like
droughts on the Wii U. That was bad.
that's
Yeah.
putting it lightly.
Yeah.
The whole Wii U life cycle.
And they're
was a
filling
drought.
those gaps with like indie games and all kinds of stuff. Like
Which is
they
cool.
announce indie games like the week before they fucking come out.
Yeah, because
Cool,
like,
man.
and there's like some
Yeah.
games that I'm like, oh,
cool.
I want to play this on the Switch. Like I mentioned this before, like Rhyme. I was interested in Rhyme. But I'm like, oh, that's on the Switch. I'm gonna get that on the Switch. I'll get it digital because I don't want to pay the extra $10
Yeah.
compared to everywhere else. But
Yeah.
that's the one thing about
Pretty
the
cool.
Switch that I look at it and I'm like, that sucks a little bit. Is that there's the since cartridges cost a little bit more to make, it's like $10 more every game. That's
why I'm going digital. One, because they're cheaper, and two, it's so much better to have shit just right there on handheld.
Yeah.
You know, and plus, those boxes are cool, but they are a waste of fucking plastic, man. You open it up, and all that's in there is the cart, and it's this fucking big, and that's it. And it's so easy to put in the micro SD. You can get a 128 gig, I think, is what I got for like, I don't know, $40. Might even been less than that. I don't know, but you literally just kick the kickstand up, throw it in there. The Switch goes, okay, cool, thanks. That's it, done. It's pretty cool. And so,
Yeah. I mean, how much native memory is on that?
32. Take out the operating system
Terabytes.
stuff. 25 gigs.
32
Okay.
terabytes.
That's still decent for a handheld.
Yeah, and plus the
And games are
Switch
smaller.
games aren't that massive.
No.
So
Yeah.
like it drives me crazy that Mario Kart 8 I have physical, but that's just how that bundle worked that I got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
drives
almost
me
probably
fucking
like not get anything physical when I get. If I were to get a
However,
Switch.
I think of how much space Zelda Breath of the Wild could potentially take up.
It's only like 13 gigs.
Really? Not as much as I thought. But still, 13 out of 25, that's over half your memory.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then, I mean, you get the SD card, and then boom.
Skyrim.
But if you don't if you didn't buy the
gigs or
SD.
something.
Unless they somehow manage to consolidate it into a much better
Yeah.
format, which who knows? I mean, That's the other thing.
Technology
Maybe,
is
the special
advanced
edition
quite
was
far.
like 22 gigs, I think.
that's also the thing is like probably at least with like that like cartridges are better memory wise. So I've heard like you can store a lot more on a cartridge than you can on a disc, which is why that's the main reason why like whenever you get a game you have to download a portion of the game onto your console because the disc is like not enough.
The last three things, a few other things, Nintendo announced. One, all the champions from Breath of the Wild are getting amiibos. So like Mifa and the big Goron guy, and there's two other ones.
Sidon, isn't he one of the champions?
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't ran into
The
all
Zora
of them yet,
Prince?
but they all look pretty damn cool. Then
I want to get more of the Breath of the Zelda amiibos. I know it just because of their function with Breath of the Wild.
that, and they are so fucking well made.
Yeah.
It blows my mind how the quality of the amiibos now is just crazy. They ended with a trailer, a very wacky fucking trailer for Super Mario Odyssey, which comes out October 27th, same day as Assassin's Creed Wolfenstein 2.
Fuck.
But
I mean, it's
we'll
nice
talk
because
about Mario
that's,
Odyssey.
that's
later.
my birthday. I'm like, fuck.
Decisions.
Yeah.
Right there. So I'm assuming they announced the other.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Okay.
Get that. But yeah, we'll talk about Mario Odyssey later because spoiler alert, it's on our list somewhere. I don't know where it is. Then they also announced Mario Odyssey amiibo. There's one of Mario, Bowser, and Peach, and they are dressed up in like suits or in a wedding gown, and they look fucking amazing. And also, the bad guys in Mario Odyssey are like evil wedding planners. Like that's how ridiculous this fucking game is. Like it's just evil wedding planners. That's the bad people.
They're trying to say don't get married.
But will we see the king himself?
I don't know.
I've heard rumors. That
Also, apparently Mario's racist. People are literally accusing Nintendo of being racist because Mario can dress up in like a mariachi.
the sombrero.
Yeah. Anyways,
Well, yeah, it's-
Guys, it's Nintendo. Come on.
The other two things of note were 3DS games. One is a new 2D Metroid game, a remake of Metroid 2 called Metroid Samus Returns on 3DS,
Fuck right.
September 15th.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, if it was, actually no, never mind. Don't touch Super Metroid. Don't touch it ever. Just let that game exist the way it is. That game's perfect. Don't.
Even if they were only going to upres the graphics.
No. Fuck off.
How shocking would that be, though? You play the new Mario and like 2 minutes in, he just starts saying all this racist shit. You're like, wow.
I know. That would
Like
be
he's
crazy.
walking down the street of New Donk City and like he's just saying
Yeah.
racist shit to people that walk by.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was waiting to hear something, too, just so you get
No.
Keith to bleep something out again.
Oh, no.
We can make them think we bleep something out. We could just put like an innocuous word in there, and it's just like.
Bleep innocuous.
We could just put innocuous in there and have you bleep it out.
Just put innocuous as the bleep. Like it just says innocuous as a
Every time we say that word, I'm just gonna bleep it now. It's like, wow, why do you keep saying that?
I'm just gonna keep saying innocuous and like interrupt people, so you have to like bleep things. You just hide them in there somewhere. So you can find out.
It's like the hidden Mickeys.
It's
You
a
gotta
thing. Again, that's like my thing. It's
hidden Mickey. That sounds like a Bill Cosby thing.
bleeps are funnier than
innocuous.
cursing. Bleeps are funnier than cursing. At least that's my opinion. Bleeping's just hilarious.
Yeah, so the new innocuous game coming out.
Yeah.
And then the other one is a
Inspired.
remake of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga on 3DS.
Wait, I'm just hearing about this. What?
Yeah,
I didn't hear about
this
this.
was like announced like Monday or Tuesday late.
Why, but here's the thing, why wouldn't you bring that to the Switch? Because that would be perfect for the Switch.
It's called Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga something in Bowser's Minions. They're adding like a new mode to it. But,
Huh.
but that's
Superstar Saga was really
October.
good.
That's like
6th, I think.
that's one of my favorite Game Boy Advance games. Like that's one of my favorite handheld games they've ever made. That game is near perfect, and I never beat it
Actually, I can give you the emulator and ROM if you would like to play it.
because it's great. It's the only thing is I never beat the final boss. I
Oh,
never
I
actually beat the
destroyed
final
that.
boss.
I played the fuck out of that game.
Then again, I played that game, and then I kind of stopped playing handhelds for a while, and that was back when I still suck at games, but when I sucked even more games.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Mario RPG.
Between that and Metroid and Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, I mean, 3DS is still probably going to have a pretty solid holiday.
Oh yeah.
Overall, I think Nintendo pretty fucking good, man.
I ain't
know,
buying
some
those
solid
Pokemon
shit.
games though. I
You're
ain't
not
that
buying
shit.
Ultra Sun and Moon.
No, no.
I might just
Wow.
because I was told to stay away from Sun and Moon and be like, I just want to see what the problem is, and then I'll hate myself, but that's okay. Maybe,
Well,
maybe,
I
I'll
like
hate
your
myself.
Sun or Moon. I'm not fucking.
I'm
playing them.
surprised you're not. But
No,
you're
man.
saying no.
Sun and Moon were terrible games.
They were.
Yeah. I'm off Pokemon
But
for a while.
but you know what? Fuck you, dude. They were the best Pokemon games ever made.
How dare you?
You shut your
Fuck me.
You shut your
Wait,
mouth.
we need to get him like a leather glove just so he can go like smack him. in the
Oh, that
face
was
with it.
innocuous, man.
Yeah.
That was straight up innocuous.
I just hope with
we
the
should bleep using that sound. Just like,
Meow.
I just hope with the new Pokemon game
That,
on
we should
Switch
make that our bleep sound.
that it's not as bad as Ultra Sun
I
or
hope,
Sun and Moon.
I
Like
hope
talkative
they, like,
and stuff.
yeah, and I hope their story doesn't really jump the shark like
What
I
would
felt
be
Sun and Moon did.
amazing is if they did Pokemon like they did Breath of the Wild, and you just like start and you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And maybe you run into someone, they give you your starter Pokemon, that fucking
Maybe
go do it.
maybe that's the new thing on the Switch. It'd be amazing. He's just like, you know what? Yeah, because don't they kind of start going away from the traditional Pokemon norms in Sun and Moon a little bit? Like you're not doing gyms, wasn't it? You're doing trials.
I mean they do in a very what's the word?
Yeah, artificial. If it's like,
Artificial.
did they
Like,
make you
we
think
don't
it's
have
new?
HMs anymore. You're doing trials instead of gym leaders. It's like it's not
like-
really new, but it's like a new.
They're,
fresh coat of
they're
paint.
making you think it's new.
Yeah.
But that'd be awesome. Like, yeah, like that kind of thing. It's
Like just
go.
start your,
You do the gyms whenever you feel like, and it can have like a Skyrim thing. When you enter the gym for the first time, it's going to be leveled, you know,
you.
to however you're in there, and then
throwing this out there. Have your region, whatever it's going to be, but make it very Breath of the Wild openish. You start in your starting town, you get your starter Pokemon, maybe you get some Pokeballs while you're at it, and items, and then you go. You can do the whole
You
island
do-
or whatever, or
do the whole
region in any
do
order.
the fucking whole thing. You can go do the Elite Four as soon as the game starts.
Base
Fuck
it
it.
in like Siberia. It's depressing. It's a depressing Pokemon.
That's what they should have done with Sun and Moon, right?
Yeah. No, that would be cool though. Like,
Like an actual story behind
Yeah.
Pokemon, right? Yeah.
like drop in co-op. Fuck it, why not?
Fuck it.
Let's go everything.
Be cool.
Online, multiplayer, open world. Use all the buzzwords.
Yeah.
Fucking
All them fluff words that everybody
DLC,
uses to try to...
microtransactions. You have to buy every Pokemon that you want.
You can do like the thing like you know how for like some of the older games you could get like Pikachu. Oh no, what game was that? Was that one of the games you could get like Pikachu dressed up in a bunch of different outfits? No, they had the Luchador Pikachu and
Yeah.
And Snap.
in
Oh, and
well, no, Luchador's in Pokken Tournament.
Oh,
but like you could buy like you want to dress up your Pikachu in stupid
Yeah.
outfits. Here you go.
you can
Mega
do that
Ruby and Alpha
in
Sapphire.
I was gonna say I know one of those games has a Pikachu that's like that where it's like
the Luchador.
We came together and we put a list together of our
It was
10
very
favorite
messy.
games.
Yeah,
of
it was
E3.
very messy.
very messy.
Now,
Lionel Messi.
Okay.
it's
He plays
E3,
sports.
so hopefully all these games turn
Think it's
out really
Ronaldo.
well.
No?
FIFA is all about Ronaldo now.
Yeah, but his name isn't Messi though.
That's true.
It's not Ronaldo Messi. That'd be a weird name. What's your name? Ronaldo Messi.
Anyways,
Yes.
Yeah,
Awkward pause.
we I
I don't know why anyone lets me talk. Because I have anything to say.
we
Because
put all
you're
these
not-
together.
Yeah, you're innocuous.
This doesn't fully like represent each one of us or whatever, but you know it does and it doesn't.
I think it's a good
The
list.
closer you get to the top, the more it does. I think.
It
Yeah.
is a great.
But I think it's a solid fucking list of video games.
It's fantastic. It's best list of video games.
Yeah. I mean, all these games were really, really good looking.
Yeah.
There was a lot of.
I'm not sure if there's too many games that were
didn't
shown
make
off.
this list.
Let's see, there's not too many games that were at E3 that I'm like, that just looks terrible. Like, normally they're pretty good about that. Of like, this game absolutely is garbage. There's usually not too many garbage games at E3.
Anyways,
I said usually.
I
And I said most.
I might be alone on this, but the Monster Hunter game, I wasn't interested in it at all.
I'm a little interested in it.
Like, I don't know. I just looked at it. I'm like, maybe it's just not for me. I was totally uninterested in it. But that's not to say it's garbage. It's just I looked at it. I'm like, I don't care about you at all.
And that would have been another good one to put, or with like cross or like Vita support.
Worst games of E3.
R.I.P.
Let's start
Vita.
the list.
Yeah. Number 10, the Shadow of the Colossus remake. Yeah, this game looked pretty fucking cool. Apparently they're updating it with modern controls.
Thank
Great.
the Lord.
Some
Because
lighting
that's
and stuff.
like the only thing that's like terrible about that game is the controls. Because the story's incredible. All the boss
Colossi are incredible.
yeah, because they're all different,
Yeah.
and it's just, I mean, the game is basically 16 boss fights, essentially.
Yes.
So, and I think it's a game that, especially if you own a PlayStation or if you've owned a PlayStation at some point in your life, I think it's a game that everybody should play.
Yeah.
If you haven't played the original, or if you haven't played it since the original, if you didn't get the Ico Shadow of the Colossus package on PS3, this is the time.
Yeah,
It's a remake, so it's gonna have God rays.
probably.
I mean, probably.
They're gonna change the lighting. 'Cause that's how you have to do a game.
But this is a game that I think could look amazing with today's technology.
Especially because it already, even
Just
on the
'cause of the
PS2, it
scale.
already looked
Yeah.
like the art style already made it look
Like,
incredible.
I really want to see more of this game on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for it. I will play this version. I played Shadow of the Colossus on PS2 and PS3, did the first boss, and said, fuck this. I just could not stand the controls. So if they
They're
give
so
new
janky.
control options, I will be all over this shit, because it looks like a fun fucking game
It is.
and an intense game. And I'm
And
excited.
If you could get past the janky ass controls, having played the original, yeah, it's well worth the time you invested in it. But
It's one of those great things where they don't shove plot down your throat. It's a game told by context and
And
feel.
you
They
have
don't
to
tell you,
figure it
hey,
out.
you're supposed to feel this way. It's just that by the end of it, it's just like, oh.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like sex.
yeah.
But,
Except like really
Ugh.
bad, like unsatisfying sex.
Yeah.
also kind of really just depressing sex.
Sex.
Yeah.
Like sex at a funeral.
By the end of it,
So, when we did our E3 predictions,
sex at a funeral.
Depressing.
It's probably happened though.
when we did our E3 predictions, Sam just threw out there that Shadow of the Colossus is going to get a remake, and we all looked at him like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
And fuck, it happened.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, also, I kind of had that thought that maybe it would happen when we were watching IGN's pre-show, and they said, "Oh yeah, they renewed the trademark for Shadow of the Colossus," and I was like, "Huh?" I thought Shadow of the Colossus VR, which maybe like from a
That's
first-person
like that-
standpoint,
Yeah.
It's like that Tim Allen sound.
Apparently, it's coming out next year. I'll believe that when I see it, just because this team took so fucking long on The Last Guardian.
I feel like The Last Guardian though was like you have to make it. This is just like, this isn't as daunting.
core
as this.
elements
I
are
wouldn't
there.
be surprised if it's pushed to like 2019, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be like it's going to take 10 years to make thing. Well, who knows?
Don't say that.
I'm not.
I
I
will.
shouldn't because
Yeah. Number 9, we had Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Yeah.
I didn't play the first one.
This is
I don't
one
have
of
an Xbox.
This is one of the most surprising games of E3 to me, just because I really did not think we would ever get a sequel to this game, or to Ori and the Blind Forest. Ori and the Blind Forest was amazing. I like Shadow of the Colossus. I think if you own an Xbox, you need to play Ori and the Blind
I'll have
Forest
to get on
because
that shit.
it's just
Yeah.
it's fucking amazing. It's very hard, but it is so rewarding when you finally get through the areas. There's no boss fights in the game. All the boss fights are like these like chase scenes sort of where like shit's going fucking blowing up and stuff, but they're so fucking hard. But it's beautiful. It has one of my favorite soundtracks in video games. It had a really good story. Gameplay was super tight. The platforming was tight. The exploration was great. And to know that we're getting a sequel to this game, like, just makes me extremely excited. I can't wait. I love that trailer that they put out. was a cool trailer. It was a depressing trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I almost cried once you got to the end of that trailer.
Yeah, but like it had that soundtrack, man, and that art style. There's no game that looks like Ori and the Blind Forest, in my opinion. That game is one of the prettiest fucking games you'll ever fucking see.
It's one amazing. It's one of those things where it's like I feel like in some ways, you know, even though this was just like a trailer, I feel like this was probably the most, because you know they did have that art style that kind of most accurate in some ways, just because it looks like like how the game is going to look, and so it's like, oh, I have no reason to necessarily, you know, they didn't spend money fucking purifying up and showing, oh, here's the new ways that you can jump around in the world and all kinds of new stuff. It's like here's the thing. It's like,
yeah, and
I like the fact they brought the guy on the piano out to play the music.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And this is such an awesome game for Microsoft to get behind. I mean, they published the first one. We'll probably publish this one too. And based off of their place, the place that this game was in the press conference, I think they'll probably give it a way bigger push. This time around. I mean, this was right before Anthem.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like
it's pretty big deal.
Anthem. Yeah.
So it's awesome. Super excited for that. Number 8, we had Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
Doom was great last year.
Prey was great.
Prey was great this year. Wolfenstein was great.
Yeah.
Both of them, because they both came out the May of the 2 previous years, or April, somewhere around there. And so hopefully this one, it's in America.
Yeah.
This year's the year of killing Nazis.
Yeah. And
because I mean, what?
Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah.
You could maybe well, I mean, they're not Nazis, but I mean, Far Cry a little bit in some ways.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like real fanatics, kind of like in that kind of sense.
The year of killing zealots.
Yeah, that's a better way. And Nazis is better.
Mm-hmm.
People can get behind Nazis. I mean, no, people can. No, wait, no. People can get behind killing Nazis. I caught myself there. Whoops.
That was innocuous in there, Keith.
Whoops. That was
something to say?
No.
Wait, what's the
people? It's Phil Spencer because people can get behind Nazis.
Okay. Wolfenstein 2 looks great though, and it looks so much better because it's not on PS3 and 360. So they're really going balls out, and it looks way more insane than the first game. Also, the weaponry.
I'm not buying this game. I only would have bought it on PS3. Fuck it.
Fuck that. I want to own all my Wolfenstein games on the PS3. I'm not playing it on anything else.
Preach.
I thought did they? Because the same. I mean, who knows at this point? It's the same voice actor playing BJ. Because he sounds different.
I thought it looked different.
He looks a little bit different. I mean, he's older, I would assume.
Yeah.
And I mean, he did get. I mean, with the ending of that game, but like, he sounded so overly macho.
Yeah.
In Wolfenstein, he's like, oh my god, you know.
Dude, I hope they go for it, man.
But then, like, just in that trailer, it's like, are you like, because I assume the game looked like I'd assume it take place in like the South, and it kind of sounds like he has that kind of accent. I'm like, that's why I was like, is it the same guy? Because it just sounded different. So I'm like, who knows?
I'm very excited. Wolfenstein is an amazing stealth game. Like, both the New Order and the Old Blood, people don't talk about that, but you can play this game stealth, and it is so fucking satisfying. But when shit hits the fan, it gets insane. You're dual-wielding sniper rifles, blowing dudes' heads off, and awesome.
I hope they, even though... Okay, I hope even they learn from, like, Doom, is what I was going to say. I know... Well, just like that kind of style, you know what I mean? Like some of the stuff from Doom, like just the overly
kills and stuff.
Yeah, like that kind of thing, like just that kind of stuff. Not like the other things, but like just like because I mean it looks like they are going twice as over the top. Which if you would have told me that after dual wielding sniper rifles that you could get more over the top than Wolfenstein: The New Order was, I would have laughed at you. Yeah. But fucking, I mean the one fucking shotgun looked awesome that they showed off, and this is and the one chick looks like she's back. She didn't. I thought I'm not happy that she's alive. I was hoping she. She pissed me off.
The Nazi lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was. That's the thing.
She got her mouth
had some good villains. Had good boss fights. Good like level design, and honestly, it had a really really well done sex scene.
It did.
It had two, which usually isn't great in video games, but it was so fucking amazing in Wolfenstein. So
All right, which
good.
had the better sex scenes, Wolfenstein or The Witcher?
That's tough.
I mean,
Probably
which
Wolfenstein.
Because all the Witcher 3 ones were like the same thing.
It's the same
I'd say
kind of thing.
Probably Wolfenstein.
because Wolfenstein, it's like, I mean, they're showing actual stuff going on. You see a lot.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Well,
Like,
Mass
it
Effect Andromeda.
Like it's just
That
in
was
a
pretty
in a
great.
closet. They're just like in a closet at one point.
Oh.
And then it's just like one like hard cuts and he's just wrecking some chick, doggy. It's awesome.
What about the order where you see the guy's penis?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but that was great.
that was pretty cool.
Dong, the dong of 2015.
That was hot, man. They need to make another order game and just have penises.
Yeah.
Everybody's naked in
Just
the order.
order penises from
Yeah.
a restaurant.
The order 1880 dick.
Yeah.
18.
So yeah, Wolfenstein 2.
That's a lot of dicks.
The other game coming out October 27th is Super Mario Odyssey, which this game just looks so much fun. It is
It looks
so
so ridiculous, which is awesome.
It's like the most wacky Nintendo game. One of the most wacky Nintendo games I've ever fucking seen. I mean,
And that's what Nintendo does best.
yeah, and it's just some of the shit is just wild. Like, and it's just so weird to see. Like, Mario is running around a city talking to people, or he just goes up to people and like they give him shit to do or something, and then you can just like climb up the buildings and throw your hat at shit and control all the shit, and then you just run over here and there's like this little level you can go into, and you go into a warp pipe and now it's 2D and it's old school Mario. It's like, what the fuck? They've hinted maybe Donkey Kong is in this game somehow. It's crazy.
I mean,
The
New Donk
villains
City.
sound just insane.
He's
Donk-
the mayor.
Donk- I was
of
gonna say
Donk City.
he's the mayor of New Donk City.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you were
Everybody,
enslaving
that's
me.
how exactly how he talks. He's like, hey.
Hey. You had me, doing tricks in a circus because that's like the first Mario or one of the first Mario and Donkey Kong games. Look at me now. I'm fucking a mayor of a city. What do you got? I mean, I'm not fucking a mayor, but I'm.
I am the mayor of a fucking city.
Hey,
You're still
That'd be
a plumber.
hilarious if it's just that's exactly how he sounded and
Yeah.
that's how he talked.
Yeah.
I'm the mayor of
he
a
just
fucking
opens his mouth and it's
he's like, "Hey,
it's
man."
just me. Nintendo, hire me. I
And
can
Mario
be the
will be
voice.
like, but you're a gorilla. Why don't you sound like no ooh-oohs and ah-ahs? He's like, come on, man. I'm the mayor
2017.
now.
Come on,
I'm the
man.
mayor.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't go there.
Yeah.
I'm the mayor of a fucking city. You're still a plumber who can't keep his woman locked down.
Hey, man.
It just looks like a
Really?
game that,
It's not a game.
like most Mario games, and especially the core ones like this, it just kind of like
2017.
oozes creativity.
I like everything
out
that
of
this game
Nintendo.
is about because
Yeah.
there's new stuff in terms of Mario. It's like, yeah, it's Mario, but it's new. It's more like old school Mario because I mean that's one thing that I know like a lot of people were kind
Yeah,
of
like
like
the exploration
Yeah.
based.
instead of like
Yeah.
how they've been doing it since Galaxy.
Mhm.
So it's like
The and they had some cool like gameplay mechanics.
all the
that
stuff with
looked
the
like
hat
that
is
was-
cool.
Yeah.
Stuff with the hat, not even just like the one sequence they showed on the tower with like the flat bullet bills being on the tower, but Mario still being 3D and still had to jump the bullet bills.
Mhm.
I had a very like
It-
Link Between Worlds ish.
It was weird. Like, I was watching some of the gameplay. It was like one of those 2D segments that looked like old school NES Mario. And then he got to the end and he popped out. And now it's 3D. And there was a bullet bill chasing him. And as he popped out, the bullet bill was still chasing him. And then the bullet bill became 3D. And then was coming to him. It's like just little stuff like that. And it seems like, the different platforming moves with your hat and all that stuff just looks fun. It looks like a game that'll just bring everybody pure joy.
That was our number 7, by the way.
Number 6, Detroit Become Human. You have this very high on your list. Wow.
Yeah, this is my second most anticipated game. It just looks... It's exactly the story that I want in a video game. Like, androids rising up and maybe, becoming sentient, fighting back against humanity. 'Cause a lot of people see games like this, or they see movies where, like, it's after this point. Like, you don't get to see this happen. Like, in, like in the Alien franchise or in Blade Runner, you get to see like, you know, synthetic humans and they become more intelligent, and it's just something really sci-fi that I've always really liked, and this idea is just really awesome. I just want to see what Marcus gets up to in the game, and just it's just something that seems really cool. Like I really like this side of the trailer that they showed, you know, the whole revolution aspect, and just I want to explore that world. I want to see what's happening in that. You know, that just seems like an awesome place to be. And you saw those like police drones kind of flying around. It just, I'm really interested in that kind of thing. You know, because I feel like that's gonna happen one day, man.
I read that like, depending on choices that you make, storylines with characters can just end. Like they could die potentially,
which is cool,
and stuff like that.
That's like one of the things that I love about like Until Dawn is that like your choices actually, you know, matter. You know, it's the one thing I said this when we did the video for Sony. You know, I one of the main reasons I'm excited for this game is I'm tired of Telltale's shit.
Yeah.
Like so, like just a game that's like a full game and not like some kind of episodic thing where you have to like. You know what I mean? There has to be a set start and end point, and so your choices don't really matter until the very end. I'm excited for that. That's the part that I'm excited about. I mean, everything else can be cool. I mean, this game could be just like a Telltale game, but like, you know, a AAA Telltale game, and I would be happy because that's the part that I'm, you know, I'm most excited for. But it does look extremely interesting.
I hope we get to see some action, like some good action.
Yeah, some of that would be good. I also hope that they even. I mean, it's probably not going to be to the scope that most people are going to, but I hope there is like the whole butterfly effect thing that they teased. It's like a big you know, in parts of the trailer, I think you had like the choice of whether or not to kill or show mercy to what was it, like a cop or something, and it's like, you know, that, you know, boom, now people, you know, now people are inherently hostile against you when you walk up to people. It's just things like that. Like I hope that, you know, the choices have meat, that I can't just sit there sometimes like I've been known to do Telltale games anymore and just be like, fuck it, you know, just hit a button and just not even care about my choices.
I do hope they do something with. It seems like they're setting up a very dystopian utopia feel sort of here. I hope it gets a little grittier, because everything kind of just seems too clean so far for what they're teasing that the story is going to be.
Well, it'll get there. I mean, if the way the story's supposed to go, it'll get to that point. No. Hopefully, there'll be fires and, you know, and screaming and all that good stuff.
They're gonna have a Detroit sequel. And, you can't show the whole thing. You gotta leave room for a sequel. It's 2017.
I hope it like PSX or something would get a release date for this game. They didn't even give a year, which makes me think it's pretty far away still.
Which, I mean, hopefully that means that like they're taking this game seriously and they're being ambitious with it. Because, I mean, in order for this game to stand out, it kind of has to. I mean, it's like if the choices aren't that good, it's like, well, you can just go play a BioWare game. If the exploration, the action isn't that good, you can go play any third-person action-adventure game. It's like you kind of have to excel in a modern day.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of when Deus Ex was coming out, and a lot of people kind of brought that up to be a really big thing, and the game came out. At least the responses I saw are very like middle of the road. Like you kind of want that thing.
Yeah,
that kind of thing to happen.
Yeah. Number 5, we have Sea of Thieves. This game looked so fucking fun at Microsoft's E3 show. This was by far, out of the 3 times we've seen this game, the best looking that this game has been. And everything I'm hearing that people are saying about it just sounds just fun. Like, they showed people, they like stopped their ship, went to an island to get some fucking treasure and bring it back and all kinds of stuff. But one person was on the ship. Apparently you can just take the ship.
You just be like, fuck you guys, I'm leaving.
Or, while you're waiting there, another ship with other players can come attack you, and now you're completely fucked.
It's just,
and now you gotta figure out what to do. And, like, that type of stuff, like, just getting together with friends and just all being on the same ship or something and just adventuring and fucking up other ships and
Is it a
going
max
off on
4-player
islands and-
co-op or?
I don't know.
I hope
what
it's
the
like.
max
I
is,
hope it
but-
can be like a big.
Yeah.
Like,
But it is shared world, and I guess shit can really.
I guess
it looks
technically
so
the
fun.
way the game sounds, I guess there isn't like a hey, you can only have this many people on your crew. Because if that's the case, if somebody can just be like, well, fuck you guys, I'm going, then that just kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that then it's just like, yeah, however many people. If you want to fucking put 20 people on your ship, go
That'd be
for
awesome.
it. But that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Your shit's getting robbed the
I
first
wonder, like,
chance you get.
if that could happen if another ship comes along.
And you'd
and
be
just
like,
join
let's
forces.
build an armada. Let's fucking
Yeah.
let's rule this ocean.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I wonder if there's
That'd
like
be- let's
bigger.
be
But you
fucking
see
pirates.
someone going along in the game just playing by themselves.
Like, fuck that,
and
let's
you
fuck
just
that
fuck-
guy.
Yeah. I wonder if there's gonna be like bigger things to take out, like
The
Kraken
Kraken,
or
yeah.
something like that. I don't know.
Was that-
That'd be awesome.
That was
Skull
Skull
Not
and
Skull and
Bones.
Bones, but
Yeah.
okay, yeah, but yeah, like this game looks really cool. I mean, I like the style is nice, especially when you look at it and there is Skull and Bones coming out, which is a game very similar. I mean, or it's a similar idea. I mean, that one's more of like, you know,
Ship-based.
take Assassin's Creed Black Flag and take away the Assassin's Creed part, but like other little things. I think this game has so much character. Like, oh yeah, you want to get off the ship real quick? Yeah, just jump inside a
Yeah,
fucking cannon
yeah.
and get launched. Like, just little things, and it's just
I could see us having a lot of fun with this one drunken night.
actually having fun just like period.
Well,
I would
yeah,
say-
but I mean, like, we're gonna be shooting each other. We're gonna be trying to shoot each other out of the cannons. Or
Sorry, I mean,
somebody goes to
okay,
get treasure on land and
It's like I'm
getting wrecked, getting
I
a broadside to the face.
I fucking had it with you.
Between Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3, and State of Decay 2, Microsoft's big exclusives all have 4-player co-op, at least 4-player. Which is pretty cool that they're bringing that shit back. You can
It's fucking year co-op,
spend time
man.
with friends. So apparently, really quick, Crackdown 3. That trailer didn't look the greatest.
Yeah.
No.
Apparently the graphics aren't the best, but apparently it's a lot of fun to play, especially co-op. That's what everything else.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's
And
what
also-
I
I mean, the Sea of Thieves graphics don't look.
So
best
art
either.
style.
that
art style.
that insane destruction that they showed off years ago is apparently only a multiplayer because you need to be connected online. So
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause
single player they can't do
Because
that.
they talked about it at
in
Gamescom.
case someone doesn't have internet.
Yeah, because they talked about it at Gamescom, where they were like, yeah, we have to use the power of the cloud in order to be able to have this destruction. So,
See how that game turned out, but yeah. Anyways, number 4 we have God of War. This game's
Seek of
looking
Destruction.
really fucking good. I just wasn't as blown away as I was last year, but probably because I didn't expect to see the game last year, and especially the direction of God of War. To me, it is so understated the change in perspective for this game.
like, yeah, oh yeah.
It is unbelievably huge to me because God of War you can't control the camera, and
God of War,
but now you can.
the old God of War games, I like the style,
Yeah.
like with the camera. But if you could have some control over it, that would be great.
Yeah.
Whereas, I think what this trailer did was, again, it showed off a more well-rounded thing. 'Cause, I mean, the thing last year was a very that was like an early build, so it's like who knows what's gonna happen. And I just liked some of the things. I mean, especially with having your son run around. I got very Last of Us feels of having like a person run around with you. The setting looked cool. All the creatures look cool. I mean, we'll get to it a bit later, but like it seemed like this year is the year of giant snakes.
Mhm.
At E3, there's yeah. Fair play.
Nice.
And it's just like things like that. Just like
Wait, there are other giant snakes?
yeah, in a game there was the one Moss, that PSVR like platforming game, and then there's the game that's later on our list that had the giant snake.
Yeah.
So like
Right.
every year there's like a year. Like 2013 was the year of the bow, and so it was like, but
What
like
was 2015?
I don't
Well,
know. I'm faking.
Year of World War.
But I was excited because like I saw the stuff last year. I'm like, okay, cool. I want to like see more, and I saw more, and I think they did what they set off to do, especially when they showed off the Midgar serpent. I'm like,
Yeah.
you
this
weren't
is
around
the scale. Like, despite this change in perspective to make it like a more intimate game, which it does look like it's a much more intimate game, that sense of scale that God of War is still, in my opinion, unmatched on, is still there. I mean, it may be the only other game that could maybe compete would be Shadow of the Colossus, which we talked about earlier in terms of like a scale thing. But
yeah, I'm excited that Naughty Dog's putting out a game in early 2018 with Kratos in it.
Yeah, that's what. Yep.
You know,
It would be interesting. I am interested to see their take on things like the mythology, because The Witcher has its version, Skyrim has its version. Like a lot of different games have their versions of like trolls and Draugr and so on and so forth. And I suppose it would be cool to see what they kind of bring to the table.
It's also just interesting because now they've like
it looks like they're going more like with sticking closer to the mythology.
Yeah, because like with like God of War, this just opens it up because you just assume like, oh, the Greek gods, they're the gods, they control the whole world. But now it's like, oh, like
there's other pantheons out there.
Yeah, there's other pantheons that control different areas, and it's like, oh yeah, they're all dead. Except
the Greek ones are all dead, but the Norse ones might not be.
Well,
I mean, Kratos is around, so somebody's probably gonna die.
I mean, more likely than not, they're probably. I would assume they're setting up further games.
Yeah,
his son dies at the end of this one, and then God of War, and then the next God of War is going to be like God of War 2, and he's just like, you know what? Fuck you guys.
I gotta get my son back.
Yeah. Yep.
I wonder if, even though it's a completely different game, it would be really cool if like Athena will show up at all. Like if she's still like, I'm not happy with you for what happened, so you're stuck with me forever.
You know how weird and like controversial it would be, because they've done like pagan religions with.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
How controversial would it be if he like killed Jesus and stuff and went after like the Christian God? It'd be so, man.
People out.
Oh yeah,
that would be
even worse. I don't even.
I don't think
another religion.
I don't know if.
I don't think if it would work with a monotheistic religion though.
You could do it like Hinduism, but then there's a lot of people in India that'd be pissed off.
Yeah, they're kind of sticking to like old ones.
Modern Art's gonna be pissed at this one.
I don't know.
Modern Art should write the soundtrack.
Yeah, they're gonna write some songs about it, man. They write songs about killing stuff. And
Twilight of the Thunder God is gonna be like playing as you destroy Thor. Probably.
Twilight of the Thunder cunt.
Number 3,
just
Spider-Man. Spider-Man's looking really good. This seemed like a very cinematic moment in the game, and I wonder how many of these moments there's going to be in the game, and also like the movement looked good with what we saw, but I want to see more of the open world shit. I want to know, is there going to be really lame and mundane side missions to do? I'm excited, but the combat is the part where I was like, "Fuck yeah, man!" Because to me, it literally felt like they took action from the movies and put it in the game somehow.
I like it because
so
like
cool.
It's one of the weird things that I've always noticed about Arkham is that no matter what, there's always just a bunch of guards who will try to beat Batman in a fist fight.
Yeah.
Whereas it looks like in this game, it's like, yep, we're all gonna shoot you. You have to. And you're not wearing armor. I mean, I would assume. So it's like I'm assuming it's like you gotta a little more strategic. You gotta move and you gotta take them out and then do all kinds of cool stuff. Which, if it's anything like the old Spider-Man game from like the what game from like the PS1 and like the PC or Spider-Man 2.
Being able to disarm people and shit like that.
Yeah, or like just anything because like you could just do cool shit. Like in that game, you could fucking make your fists turn into like webbing boxing gloves. And you just punch the shit out of people.
Had the massive like ball of webbing you could shoot.
Yeah,
people.
and like I just hope it's as open as a lot of Spider-Man games tend to be, because Spider-Man is a weird thing because the games are either great or they suck, and I hope this isn't the thing. But I mean, with the Insomniac behind him, I don't know if this game can complete. I mean, this game could be okay and good, but I don't think this game could suck.
No.
And I mean, Insomniac's just a great studio, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited. I got a lot of Spider-Man 2 vibes with the movement and things like that they showed. We'll see.
I hope this game has a good villain. That's what I'm hoping.
But is he an actual villain yet?
Yeah, I
so
don't know who that
a
guy
villain,
was.
Mr. Negative.
Dude.
So Mr. Negative. You saw Kingpin for a little bit.
A little bit of
He's talking
Kingpin.
in there.
Yeah. And apparently Miles Morales, that's who was at the end.
Yeah.
That's the last thing they fucking showed at that
Which
conference.
was
that
weird.
kind of bugs me.
Because they like showed this nice chunk of the game and then they showed a montage stuff that they always end with and then they showed that Spider-Man last bit of like revealing that. It's like
It's like
So
the
is
game
Miles
isn't
Morales
even
gonna have
it's
a
the
role?
game isn't even out yet. You don't need the sequel bait already.
yeah.
For when, you know, that's what that to me that's what that seems like. It's
Maybe
like,
you
yeah,
can play both of them. Who knows?
secret thing. 2-player co-op. And you can have 2 Spider-Man, 1 Miles
Yeah,
Morales.
fuck it, why not? You beat the game, you unlock more characters you can play as, you can run around as like Venom and Spider-Man.
Just eat people.
It was the one thing that let you play it in the Was it Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2 let you play as Hobgoblin? Or Green Goblin?
It's probably the first one.
That was
then.
the first one, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the
You have
best
to
one.
fly around
Yeah,
on the
they base
little
off the
glider
movies.
thing. Yeah.
This could be an awesome exclusive for Sony. Pretty big deal to have an exclusive Spider-Man game that looks really good. So
Yeah.
number 2 and number 1 were super fucking close. Literally, what we put a point system to it just to see how close, and it was literally off by 1 point. Number 2, we had Anthem, the new IP from BioWare. Showed off at the Microsoft conference. This was my game of the show. This is the game that made me just go, holy
This
shit.
was my number 1 as well.
Like, it looks so good.
Looks
Visually,
very promising.
the gameplay could have a lot of promise to it. Co-op, that could be awesome. The world looks fun to explore. The writer of Mass Effect 1 and 2 is writing and working on this game. There's a lot of potential here. BioWare has had, I enjoyed Dragon Age Inquisition a lot. Some people didn't. Some people think that BioWare hasn't been good for a really long time, like since Mass Effect 2, which I think is insane. Mm-hmm. But this could really bring them back, and this is a way bigger game for BioWare.
Yeah. This is like Guerrilla going from fucking Killzone to Horizon.
Sort of.
I get that. It's not as massive of a change,
but
it's a
they're
very-
going from like
very different feel.
Single player RPGs that were getting bigger and bigger and bigger with Dragon Age and then Andromeda to now being this, I guess, online game that has co-op and it's
Destiny,
fucking open
very
world.
Destiny-like.
Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Could be fucking awesome, man. I'm in I thought their trailer was kind of interesting because everybody was all going on about Mass Effect Andromeda's facial animations, and that's like the first thing they show of Anthem, of like these just amazing facial animations. I'm like, damn.
But it's also running on Xbox One X.
Yeah, but still, I mean, that looked fucking good. And then, so it goes from first person to third person. Then he goes flying down. Then they team up later, and they're like, "There's a storm over there. You want to go in it?" And they're like, "Fuck it," and they go. That's where it got cut short. But still, I'm so much potential with this game.
Yeah, this was my second. This was my second favorite thing that got shown off, and I agree with like everything Tyler said. There's definitely a lot of potential there because it's an interesting idea. I like the whole fact that there's it seems like there's a drop in drop out co-op system. So it's like, yo, I need help. Come down.
A
here.
true drop in drop out co-op, not drop in drop out. Oh, hey, we're gonna start you in the same area, but wait back over here.
Yeah, it's like literally the person's dropping right next to you.
Yeah.
It's like cool. And some of the combat stuff,
Shots
very
of
limited amounts of combat that they showed off was very cool. And flying around and everything looks beautiful. I think part of the reason this game is kind of back a little bit, and my thing was of me being cynical about E3 anymore.
It could have been a nice E3 demo.
It could have been it could have just been a nicer. Which I understand that this game's probably not that far in development. This game's probably
It said next year.
oh shit okay.
This game's been in development for a long time, like actual full out development. I don't know.
Because it's just
Well, remember,
because I think
Andromeda wasn't the main BioWare studio either. It wasn't the
True.
the main Mass Effect.
Because I
team.
think you had pointed it out earlier is that like in a lot of ways there's a lot of cool things that show off how the game looks, but in all honesty, you see a little bit of flying around. There's like a little bit of combat. You see the facial animations.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're purposefully being very vague about what goes down in this game, which is like I understand you don't want to give away all your secrets immediately, but it's like
yes, but I feel they have a lot more confidence in this game because of how much they showed ahead of time. We saw like barely any Mass Effect Andromeda before it came out.
Yeah.
So, and also this is the main BioWare team. Casey Hudson, who, you know, he was like the guy for the Mass Effect franchise.
Yeah.
He helped set this game up before he left a few years ago. So, there's a lot of potential with this game.
I'd say I'm not saying that I think this game's not going to be good. What I'm saying is I think it's
Mm-hmm.
also comparatively to the first one. It's like what was a better showing.
Yeah.
Who when it was all laid out on the table, who had the
bigger
biggest
dick?
Exactly. So yeah, between this and
We had to get the ruler out, and it was by an inch.
The whole thing, I had this as number 5 on my list. I'm not ready for it yet. Like, it was cool what they showed, but it's just way too early for me, in a way, to really get behind it. Partially a little bit, I'll be honest, it's because of games like Destiny not living up, and then Mass Effect Andromeda. Really, for me, like, when you read about it, it's like, okay, that makes sense, but when you played it, it came out of absolutely nowhere that this game just tanked in a lot of ways and really underperformed. I am worried about getting excited for big games, even like No Man's Sky, when you see a game that's like, oh, this is doing something new, it's kind of pushing a little bit. Like, I've never seen a game like that where you just fly around like in a fucking Iron Man suit, basically. It looks awesome. I don't know. It is a combination of like, it might be some E3 stuff. I really just want to wait and see more from the game. But what they showed off does look good. It's just, I'm not ready to buy in yet. Like, even if it is going to be good, I really hope it is good, I just can't, I'm not there yet, and I don't feel like they are there yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like last year, if you were like, God of War is the best thing there, it's like, you know, pump the brakes a little bit. What they showed wasn't completely ready. It might be representative of the game, but, you know, it's still early on. There's some frame rate issues. They still have a lot of development to go, and there's still some things that's going to be ironed out. You don't know exactly what's all going to be there yet. But even with God of War, it's still kind of like you had other games to like know kind of what God of War is about. I don't know what this game is about. And it's exciting, but at the same time, I do want to pump the brakes because I don't know. No one knows what this game is about. What's the story? What are the characters? What's going on? Is the story going to be way out there? Is it going to be somewhat contemporary? Who knows? Yeah. So I kind of don't want to get too excited about it. But later on down the road, I will get excited, but I feel like at the right time almost. Like, I don't want to just, I don't know. I'm not ready.
You don't want to blow your load prematurely.
Yeah, I'm not ready to commit, I guess, would be the thing. Just because I don't know what the hell it's going to be.
Yeah. Number 1.
Could be racist Mario for all I know.
Well, I mean, like, they didn't, I mean, they kind
What's in that storm, man?
They kind of went the same
route.
They kind of went the same route that Destiny kind of went in the early days, or in the later, you know, days pre-release. They showed off some of the world, but how open, or they said it was open world, and they showed off part of it, but how open is it really?
Like, I believe in BioWare, especially this BioWare studio. You know, I just want to wait to see more of like exactly what we're getting. I feel like this was, it wasn't.
You really didn't see much of
in
the
a lot of ways. It was a teaser almost.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So it's almost like
probably have to wait till,
I want to go in on it, but I'm just like, I can't yet.
Probably have to wait till like.
It's like it's like when you're making a cheesesteak, you gotta let it cook. You can't just eat it before it's cooked, you know? You gotta wait until it's cooked, and then you can eat it. The game's not cooked yet.
I mean,
I don't
probably.
like Swiss cheese.
I mean, I wonder if we're gonna see it like earlier than next year. Like, I wonder if like maybe
we'll probably
maybe
see
another little thing at Gamescom.
something either at Gamescom or maybe Tokyo Game Show.
Maybe probably not Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah,
And I wouldn't.
Tokyo Game
And
Show.
also with them being it with it.
something
Paris
alright.
Games Week.
I was gonna say, and I wouldn't expect. I don't, maybe just because it almost seems like they're kind of working with Microsoft on this. Maybe not PSX.
Yeah,
either.
I don't think we'll see this game until.
Yeah, I want
next
to
year.
say like maybe Paris Games Week.
At the earliest, because it's like, even then, it's like, what are you going to show that's going to be like too terribly different? I mean, if we have to wait till next year, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm okay. You've given me the little teaser. Let me get more information when you actually.
Let me kind of like
They
not
started-
forget about this game,
Yeah.
but like just kind of like put it in the back of my mind so that I can get extra
Just
super
spend time
excited
working
again.
on it, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
We
don't
were like-
don't tell me, hey, we're gonna do this. This is happening. This is happening. Don't like
Yeah, don't make
update me all the
promises
time.
you're gonna not keep in the end.
They, like their whole demo, they were kind of like stripping. They were down to like just their bra and undies, and they like when they were about to go into the storm, they just were about to show you a little bit of nipple and stuff.
One thing that did really bother me is they did they gave it the Ubisoft treatment with those
Oh,
voice
yeah.
actors. And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
God.
No one
golly.
ever talks like that in
I
video
know.
games. I don't get it.
We don't talk like that.
No.
We're like in Overwatch. Hey guys, I'm gonna go for the point. Back me up.
Yeah.
It's just like
No, it's
it's
like,
a lot
alright.
more swearing.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's very
more.
inappropriate.
get the fuck behind me.
Also,
complaining and whining.
I am
on my part.
so sick of seeing streamers used as promotional content
Oh yeah.
with stuff. But
Like,
Bethesda
I
had it- yeah,
I
it's
get it in
so
some ways.
fucking
Fake,
terrible.
though.
I get it in some ways because
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is fake.
Because it's a YouTube. It's not. It's streaming, but it's that YouTube personality thing where it's like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" It's like,
tap by the
Alright,
horn
out of
until
the-
you like
yeah.
Out of the personalities they had out of all the conferences,
Copyright.
the guys they brought out for FIFA, the Men in Blazers, are actually I feel like the only ones that were qualified to come out and
they
talk
guys
about.
are a couple of scrotum heads.
But they
were
out of all the
entertaining.
people, they actually knew what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah, it's just like with that whole stuff. I get it. I agree that it's like stupid, but I get it. It's like because streaming's the big thing. There's people whom like there's one person who I had a class with. She's like, oh yeah, I don't own a game console, but like I watched people play Zelda on Twitch all the time. Like she would just stop working.
Yeah.
Like she would just stop working on stuff in class, and she'd just be watching somebody on Twitch playing Zelda. I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I don't want to play video games. I'm just gonna watch people on Twitch. I'm like, all right. I mean, I guess that's an avenue that I never had considered.
Yeah.
I mean, which is welcome to the modern age, man.
I play video games. I don't know, man.
All right.
Anyway,
Number one, Assassin's Creed Origins.
Highly
Still feels
unexpected.
weird
Yeah,
to
it
say.
feels weird.
it's like that, like
Makes a weird
especially
taste in
because
your
like
mouth.
for the most part, I think Assassin's Creed Origins was like top
That's-
2 or 3, or it was in the top
It was
5
in
of
the top
everybody's.
two almost across the board.
It's like it was very high up on everybody's list. It's like wow.
A lot of people aren't excited about this because it's Assassin's Creed and it looks like it does play like Assassin's Creed.
It's like
But-
what the hell do you expect?
We are all huge Assassin's Creed fans, and to me, I feel like it takes.
I felt a little anger coming through
So what the
there.
hell do you expect? It's like come on.
I just feel like this setting is so perfect for Assassin's Creed, and that like they might not have fixed everything, but this game looks like a fucking blast to play. Having more RPG like elements, awesome. Getting back to a little bit more exploration type stuff. I'm sure you'll be exploring tombs and all kinds of stuff. The boss fight that they showed looked intense. I hope there's more of that stuff. The combat looks better. You get it, Eagle Drone. Like, it looks fucking awesome to me, man. I don't.
But is it, and this, as we were kind of like trying to figure out a 1-2, doing the pros and cons, like, are the pros enough to outweigh the things that they probably didn't change?
I look at it and I look at this and this is how I justify it because I do the same thing with Call of Duty anymore when people are like, I'm getting the same game every year. Where it's like, yes, but it's like, obviously it works. Why would they want to change it a whole lot? Like, it's like, how much do you change this game until it's not Assassin's Creed anymore? And so it's like, I think they did the things that they could do to take Assassin's Creed and make it better. I mean, from what you mentioned earlier, from like the rumors, they've apparently taken out all the Abstergo stuff, which is the stuff that nobody cares about anymore. Ever since Desmond died, nobody cares about that stuff anymore.
Nobody cares about the modern age.
Yeah, and also this is apparently an origin story of how the Assassin's Brotherhood started,
which is awesome.
I found that stuff fucking fascinating in the original games. Of like the historical stuff all tying together somehow, you know, with Ezio and Altair, and then they just kind of went downhill from there. But that stuff's fucking fascinating to me, so I want to know more about that.
Do we have like an actual year
that the game set in?
Yeah.
I
think it's
know.
like 3. No,
3.
I'm sure it's in the new Game Informer then.
Yeah, because I got that.
Probably like a couple thousand.
I think it's like 2,000 or 3,000 BC.
So that would maybe give you an idea of like, all right, which, because you know they're gonna tie it to actual historical.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna probably have
settings.
some like Romans or something like that in there, maybe.
there could be like there's I think the possibilities are
Talking like
endless.
Pyramids of Giza in construction, before the pyramids, after, you know,
I don't know,
Library of
they're sliding down
Alexandria.
that one pyramid. I'm not sure which pyramid that was.
The other thing that I think
I don't
is
know much
great,
about it.
which somebody pointed out, is that the environments are probably more diverse than they've really ever been in an Assassin's Creed game. Like, even Assassin's Creed at its most diverse, there's a town/city, and then there's the woods. And that's kind of about all the diversity you get. Whereas now it's like, you go into the town, you go into the desert, you can go into the jungle, you can go find an oasis. It's like, there's a lot of underwater exploration that I saw in a lot of gameplay. It's like, I just think that they're instead of just I think taking the extra year off and just cranking out games and making them marginally better, to just sitting there and being like, what can we literally actually do to make this game better?
Yeah.
And like, it seems like they've added a bunch of stuff like hunting from like Assassin's Creed 3 and 4 or back.
This is the Black Flag team,
which is great
which
because
they made a fantastic game.
Black Flag is like one of my favorite games from the new generation. I mean, it's my first platinum trophy ever. So, like, and like I said, like they brought hunting back, so it's like, and stuff like that.
And they can do some really crazy shit with the hunts.
Yeah, you can beat a hippo to death with a mace. It's like, why the hell not?
Yeah. Or you challenges take down a lion with
there's hyenas.
There is lions. I saw gameplay where somebody opened up a cage. There's hyenas. Somebody opened up a cage, and like the lion was in the cage, and the lion started eating up all the guards, and then when it ran out of guards, it started attacking him. You can do the Mafia 3 thing, and you can just.
That's like Far Cry stuff, kind of.
In some ways,
where you like let the animal out and.
In some ways.
Might do some
and then they could do like the Mafia 3 thing, where you can just like kidnap people, put them on a boat, and then go feed them to crocodiles. Yeah. It's just like, this game looks like it goes back to what a lot of Assassin's Creed games used to be, where it's just like, I'm just gonna do stupid shit for fun. And it's like, yeah.
Like, it's kind of where it should have been, but like, Unity and Syndicate felt
dry.
Unity felt very
aged.
I wanted to say it was inspired, but it felt, the end result to me was uninspired in a lot of ways. And then Syndicate just kind of wasn't bad, but it was definitely caught in that I just don't want it. I don't have any interest in it right now. It's just wrong place, wrong time. It could have been a better game. In some way, sometime down the road, I'm going to play that game, and I might have some fun with it. But just for the time, it was like, I just don't need this right now. So that was really, there were a couple years there where, you know, it was just really, it felt uninspired and unnecessary. And the year off, I think definitely you take the game back to some more fun stuff, and you add some, like, when I really get down to it, it is this open world stuff. It is a lot of Ubisoft stuff, like go here, get this chest, go there, get that chest. But a year off might do it some good, and I think, I don't know, I think small improvements could really make the difference. But I don't know. I just hope this game is inspired, at least in the story. I feel like that's a very important part.
Because, like, at least with me, I would agree with the sentiment that definitely, like, Syndicate, from the little bit I played, which I played through, like, the first 4 or 5 sequences before I put that game down for a while. The gameplay and the setting is as you say, it's a very good word, uninspired. But then also I'd say the story a little bit, but what I've been, whereas at least Unity, the story was at least pretty alright. It was pretty good. Like I liked it. It was a little bit different in some ways from Assassin's Creed story, but like the gameplay and the world itself is kind of where it suffered.
To me with Syndicate, which I played the shit out of, the two main characters were really good. The story sucked. The setting isn't the greatest, and I didn't really enjoy it too much. It was just, it looked kind of blah to me.
It's like they got to the point
it wasn't super fun to explore.
The setting was the most important part. Yeah. It's like, no, it's not.
The gameplay I found to be entertaining, but Assassin's Creed has totally had way better gameplay than that game. You know, and that's why the setting is huge to me with this game, and it just looks fucking cool. And I hope the gameplay turns out to be good. But yeah, I hope that story is good. What's the main character's name? Bayek. Hopefully he has a big deck.
Okay, yeah, I remember like just Assassin's Creed games like in Italy. It was fun to just go around and look at things.
It was just like, here's the Renaissance. It's not. And then it's like, but here's the story. It just happens to take place. 3 was where it kind of started to go bad because it's like, hey,
our stories
are the American Revolution.
Intertwined.
And then Black Flag kind of brought it back a little bit because I mean a lot of those people you don't know much about their lives, so it's like you can play a little bit more. And then Unity was like, hey, French Revolution, it's okay, we fucking got this. Like.
And then they're like, Victorian London, we got this.
Which is like, no offense, what besides Jack the Ripper, what the fuck happens?
Besides the Industrial Revolution, not a damn thing.
So,
yeah, that was a really weird point in history because a lot of things that happened wouldn't really be related to like assassins stuff.
Yeah.
Like there was a really good time for literature. That's something that like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Writer's Creed.
Yeah.
Like Black Flag sort of felt like that, like having that assassin's part of you in it. But like Syndicate and Unity, like I didn't feel like I was part of the Brotherhood, man. You know,
I mean,
with that,
you literally get kicked out in Unity.
I know, but still, like,
I'm
it
just being funny,
doesn't feel like that. And then, I mean, with Ezio, you felt that. You felt that more with Connor than anybody else. Which Connor, who remembers him?
One of the least memorable
lame
characters of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
Connor's
McGregor,
not
that
that's
great.
who they need.
It's okay. Yeah. I might maybe. I mean, I got that game for free.
Yeah, that's always a game I want to go back to, but I'm always like, I don't know if I have the time to go back to play.
Same thing with what was the other game that they just put up for free that I downloaded? Whatever the new one is for today, I forget. But I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, T3 2017. It was a solid show.
Not the best.
It's definitely the worst in the past 5 years.
But I think this was a year that had to happen because I mean, for like the past 3 or 4 years, it's been like boom, 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 and people are just like E3
IP.
like is like awesome, and it's like hey, just slow your fucking roll.
Not Your Dreams 3, but I have a feeling that will be coming in the future.
Like it didn't really have that low of a floor, but didn't have that high of a ceiling.
Wasn't that Zinger? Like there wasn't like the Fallout or. Well, I mean, I guess God of War maybe. What would it have been last year?
It wasn't like 2006 or whenever Year of Dreams 1 was.
Yeah, like
I think next year is going to be really good. I think they're going to show off. They got to show off The Last of Us 2. They got to show off some more of like games that they've.
They've teased and like.
I think next year needs to be, but whether or not it is, it's.
We gotta see more of Anthem. If we haven't seen more of it by then,
yeah.
Hopefully, we're gonna see more Shadow of War. Probably, even if that game comes out, we're still gonna see some of it.
DLC.
They're still gonna talk about the Nemesis.
Halo,
so it's like, okay, I get it.
Halo 6, and
to me,
maybe the next year.
Halo 6 is a given. Not next year's. No.
Not the next year's, or at least like announce it. No,
I mean,
to me, they put out Halo before they announced it.
Yeah.
To me, you. Next year you go Halo, maybe Halo 6 comes out because they're on like a 3-year development cycle, and then you announce the next year's. I don't think you announce both at the same time.
I see the next Dragon Age in maybe 2 years. Next year would be like a teaser.
They probably want to focus on Anthem.
Yeah.
They're probably going to put a lot of their people on Anthem.
It's a stretch, but it's not going to happen. But it would be cool if next year, because it's just so far in the future, if they wouldn't announce at E3, but just some kind of like, if they were just suddenly like, you know what, let's actually, because we fuck people over with Mass Effect Andromeda, let's give them some DLC and like really work on it. But
2 games that I would love to see.
The Witcher 4.
Which isn't
one of them is Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I still think that game's so far off, but dude, if we saw that next year at E3, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be big titties.
I literally just blanked on the other one. I had it in my
Do you think
mind.
next year? I mean, it's not going to come out anytime soon. But do you think the next year is the year to start talking about the next Elder Scrolls, or no? I mean, especially after this year, where it's like, what the fuck did Bethesda? I wouldn't be surprised if they do it, because after this year, it's like, and honestly, going into the future,
I wouldn't be surprised
what
if they
the fuck
pull.
do they have?
I wouldn't be surprised if they pull like a Metroid Prime 4 and just that's it. Like you get a script, like a title, and that's it.
I mean,
everything
maybe,
that I've heard about the Elder Scrolls 6 is that last year Todd Howard said that they knew exactly what they wanted to do and where they wanted to go with the game, but the technology wasn't there yet, which made me think like, I kind of don't get that. Technology is in a really good place now. Like, what are you looking for? Especially,
the Xbox.
I keep wanting to call it Scorpio. I'm just gonna call it Scorpio. Scorpio
I like better as a name anyway.
And it has a lot of power. Like, I'm not sure exactly which kind of technology they're looking for. Like, they're really going in for VR now. Are they waiting for... I don't think they would do something VR, but I don't know what that meant. But then, only not too long after that, like earlier this year, they officially started development, which is really early stage stuff. So that's just getting everything...
That's just getting
concept art,
getting voice actors.
Especially if they have to do, which they have to do the next game in a new engine, that really means kind of working on...
You don't have to.
I don't want
it's not going to have that charm
I don't
anymore.
want it to look like shit, man.
It's like
that jank.
What? Yeah, so I can have that jank. What about... So next you're going to tell me that Telltale needs to get a new engine.
Go 5 years without washing a dick. Get some jank on it.
Get some jank on your junk.
That's it.
But
give me a janky junk.
they said they started production or development or whatever, so I see it being like 2 years off before they really have something like, okay, we're good with this, because just the way they are, I mean, everything from like barrels to road signs to not dragons anymore, I guess. But
that's what I was thinking. I mean, even though this is slightly off topic, it's like they've. I think with Skyrim, I think they've kind of like, because Skyrim was extremely popular.
Top.
Well, it's also like you got it. I mean, dragon shouts won't be in there unless you're somehow dragon. But it's like, but I mean, like, there's got to be something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you have to have dragons.
They have to come up with.
I feel like it's almost like people are going to be super pissed if they don't.
They can't go back to Skyrim, though.
But I'm not saying you want to go back to Skyrim.
Should.
I mean,
where else would dragons be?
I don't fucking know.
I feel like they should do it in like Valenwood.
Yeah,
that'd be a great area, because everything leading up to that was the Aldemarian Dominion kind of came and had this like cleansing in Valenwood. It could be this like wood elf sort of resistance. It'd be cool to play as wood elves as like a main race where it's not humans, like, you know, where in like Skyrim is
the
most natural, is the native to be Nords.
Yeah,
and,
the
Oblivion
is the Imperials,
and then
because you hear about like this cleansing and everything, and sort of this takeover. That'd be really cool, especially the woodland areas, and you know, with their kind of culture and religion that they have. That would be a really cool place to have it. I don't see anywhere else as being that fitting.
It would also be really interesting if it didn't take place all that long after the events of Skyrim, just to keep the things.
I was thinking like during the same time or a little bit.
But I was also thinking, again, back on my comment of like how, you know, I almost feel like they have to have dragons. If it doesn't take place that long after Skyrim, do the events of Skyrim have a larger impact on Tamriel as a whole? Like, who's to say that dragons only existed in Skyrim, and they only came in that they'd only affected Skyrim? I mean, who knows? Maybe now it's just like, yep.
Or, you know, what do the effects of, because you had the choice of who to support in the Civil War. Which is the canon way that went. What are the effects of that in the long term for Skyrim itself?
I think there's a lot of cool things that they could do, which is why I feel
I
like
just think the Aldmeri are dicks and they need to go.
Which is I just hope that. I mean, this thing, I almost kind of like what you said, like do like a Metroid Prime 4 thing and just kind of have show up the thing. I think that they'll probably announce it next year.
I think the Aldmeri are the dicks. They need to go. Institute a ban on the Aldmeri.
I kind of want Elder Scrolls 6 to be set in Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, God.
He just won.
Ulfric Stormcloak is stopping Wood Elves from going to school.
Trunk's the bad guy.
Goddamn.
I really think Valen would be a cool place, but
Where are the
elsewhere?
Yeah,
Elsewhere.
that.
I don't know. That would be another
Elsewhere?
area, but I don't know. It's
Elsewhere.
that wouldn't be too bad, but I feel that's mostly desert. That would be kind of a weird. I mean, maybe
a swamp
southern.
the whole way.
Well, I thought
The
Hammerfell
Black
was more
Marsh.
desert.
That would be
Being a
pretty
swamp.
cool.
I thought the Khajiit had more of like a forested area.
Well, yeah, you could do.
In the southern elsewhere is like tropical.
Yeah,
It's elsewhere, dude.
Yeah.
but I mean, like Hammerfall would be really kind of dull.
Yeah, because I don't
I
like
like
anything
it.
High Rock. I don't know what's going on in High Rock. There's nothing interesting happening in High Rock. High Rock, a bunch of losers in High Rock.
I'm high, man.
It's like The Rock, but he's high.
Yeah.
High Rock.
baby.
Just win places.
Yeah.
Hit the button. Thanks
See
for
you later.
watching.
2 years, Elder Scrolls 6, if that.
Bye.